Do a little stretching just to limber ourselves up. We won't be as spread out in performance.
In a large room behind Keen Ice, a group of singers gather weekly to stretch their vocal cords.
1, 2, 3. A few more. Keep it expanded.
The Keen Chorale began in 1979. It's a non-audition chorus that includes singers of all ages, abilities, and walks of life.
The skill level is really varied, but we just support each other in that, you know, and the person next to you, you're listening for their pitch, or because they're really good at singing on pitch, or somebody else has really good rhythm.
Under the direction of accomplished musical director Kaylin Marcel Manson, the group has 2 shows a year where they showcase their hard work and musical excellence.
And when Moses smote the... Where's the... Moses smote... We focus on larger works, larger extended works for choir, and usually for choir and orchestra. I think there's something powerful about getting a community of people together to tell a story. I also hope to change this idea that just because a chorus or an organization is not professional, that means that it's low quality.
Dr. Suzanne Coble says the benefits of joining a group like this cohort of Monadnock singers goes deeper than one might expect.
How much fun it is, how much camaraderie there is in the group. Also how, as a physician, how healthy, what the health benefits are of singing. They really are great. You know, it's good for your immune function. It's good for your mental health. And that's what I really think more people would sing if they could. And also that I really believe that almost everybody can sing but doesn't believe it.
Their most recent performance, a rarely heard oratory, The Ordering of Moses by R. Nathaniel Dett.
The music that's on the page gives us a doorway. You know, it opens, it actually is the conversation piece. Those black dots on those pages are the conversation piece, and they invite us to have that conversation. They're not really dictating to us what needs to be done.
Dett, who was born in the late 1800s, was a black Canadian-American composer. He used spirituals and gospel songs to tell of the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt.
Those tunes that you would have heard in the field or while people were working, those things, that part of the heritage, and finding a way to concertize it, to elevate it in a sense, so that it would fit the concert hall. What's amazing about Dett as a composer is that while you definitely hear the melodies and you hear the influence of his heritage, it's really, really cinematic music. It has that Ben-Hur, 10 Commandments feel to it, but based on, you know, African-American musical experience, which is really great.
The Keen Chorale was joined on stage at Keene High School by nationally recognized African-American soloists. And the New England Repertory Orchestra.
for a lot of our members, we really enjoy doing a big work because it really feels like at the end you've accomplished something.
I hope that seeing the faces of a bunch of diverse, different-looking people doing this art in this context becomes more normal. What is the most fulfilling is that when we, on this journey, something that really comes from a background that I feel is kind of personal, what's lovely about it is the fact that their hearts are so open to it. And when we rehearse it, this feeling of the fact that I'm kind of giving over, that there's this giving over of the music, and that they take it, and that it becomes something that they can express themselves through, and it feels real.
What I think is so amazing with a group of singers is that we know we're not perfect and we're not the level of, professional solo singers, but together we can actually make a pretty incredible sound. So I feel like even just philosophically that really resonates with me, that the group is more than the sum of its parts. And that I love.